According to what people say, love is blind. Can somebody help me see in between the lines?
Can we at least agree I'm yours and you're mine?
We just need to be willing to fight for our love.
I don't wanna fight no more. I just wanna love you, babe.
And I want you here, so I'm gonna fight for our love. I'm gonna fight for love.
You and me,
You and me,
you and me.
you and me, yeah. I've traveled down this road of love and war, of love and war, of love and
Welcome,
war.
y'all, to another edition of Love and War Talk Live.
Yes.
I am your girl, Ebony Mose.
And I am your girl, Delight.
Hey,
Big homie, Mr. E.
Mr.
big
E.
homie.
Diddy. Okay, sorry we are a few minutes late, but we actually right on time.
That's right.
The hot topic tonight, of course, you know, it's been a lot of news about Bow Wow and his girlfriend having this domestic violence incident, and she scratched him down. I mean, if you guys seen these pictures, they've been all over the internet. And so domestic violence against men. I mean, we talked about it against women, you know, before, but we never really got into domestic violence against men. And my boss, I was just talking to it with him, and he was like, man, I think it happens more to men nowadays than women. So
Where more women are the aggressors
then,
you're saying
yeah.
than men. Well, I don't necessarily believe that.
Oh, these women nowadays is crazy. They
But-
bold.
But I do believe that there are more than not. I believe that there are a lot of women aggressors out there. And so we posed the question to y'all. All right, we talked about domestic violence against men. Mr. E.
Is it
Yo.
okay for men to defend themselves when they're, I mean, like defend, how do you
Against
say
the violence.
defend? You can hold a woman back, but is it okay for a man to hit the woman back if she hits him first? That's what
Okay.
we're getting at. Because again, defending means just, holding her hands off you, pushing her off of you or whatever. But what if it's okay? Is it okay for a man to swing back after
Right.
being beat down?
Okay, that's right. And is there a domestic violence double standard?
Right.
Mr. E, we're going to turn this over to a man because you know what? This is a show about men and women. We come together on this platform and we keep it real. And we talk straight.
We talk
We
straight.
talk straight.
We talking straight.
So,
all right.
you know, Mr. E, let's just talk straight, bro.
Right.
What do you think about this whole incident with Bow Wow and his girl and the double standard of domestic violence?
Right. It's a very fragile, a very touchy, and very complex subject matter and topic because it's so many variables that play a part. You know, but this, to make it simple, this is my creed. And I can only speak for me because I think that's kind of an opinion thing. But I was always taught you never hit a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I was taught you never hit a woman. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that in mind, as a human being, I think that every human being, if you take away men and women, I think every human being has the right to self-preservation.
All right.
That's what I think, okay? And as far as men concerned, it's just a judgment call. Because when you want to defend yourself when you feel threatened, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's
Now,
anyone.
Yeah. Now, with that in mind, some men will lash out and get physical because their ego is threatened, and I don't think that that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I know you know, especially me and Delight, we always have this thing about women being emotional and men being practical, rational. But the truth of the matter is, as a man, we have the ability to exercise being practical and being rational and being objective. So for a man to be emotional enough to be physical when we don't have to, that's when I believe it's not right. Now, there's another side to it, and the other side to it is a lot of times you get men and women you get women to say, well, we want to be equal. But physically, I don't feel like women are equal to men. So
never will be. Yeah.
Huh?
Not so never will be. It's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stoney
So
Braxton says, "Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish your thought."
No. I was gonna say because of that, I think that men should take that into consideration. I can see the comments now. So.
You can't see him. Well, Stoney Braxton, and I want you to elaborate on this, but she said, as a former man beater, it depends on the extent of damages. So I want you to elaborate.
Man beater.
As a former man beater, I want you to elaborate on that. So did you just go around knocking you, like when you and your dude got into a fight, would you swing? Were you aggressive? Put your hands on him first? And have you ever been hit back?
And I like what Kiki said.
Nobody should be hitting on nobody.
Yeah, that's what Kiki said. Nobody should be hitting on nobody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, when you look at the girl, her name is Kiyomi. That's Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend. Now, this is the tea. This is the tea that I got from the internet.
Oh, she got some tea.
So apparently, I don't know if y'all been watching Growing Up Hip Hop. So I've been watching Growing Up Hip Hop, and basically on the show, they have a very toxic relationship. So much so that they break up, get back together, break up, and basically this time they broke up because their relationship is toxic. She's very jealous of him, okay? And then and then she turned around and she allegedly been dating Young M.A. So she totally went
to the left and to the right.
To the left. I mean, she totally
to the left
went
and to the right.
A dyke or what do you call it? What is it? A bulldagger. A stud. I don't want to, bulldagger is probably not the appropriate word, but y'all know Young M.A., the rapper Young M.A. So she went from dating Bow Wow to Young M.A., supposedly be dating Young M.A. How you end up back over to Bow Wow house and then this ends up happening? So at the end of the day, if you guys are, if somebody's in a toxic relationship, if you keep accepting that person back in your life, it's like a ticking time bomb. Eventually, this is going to happen. And I have a young son, okay, that's a good-looking young kid, just like Bow Wow, late 20s, early 30s, and I would want to whoop her ass. To see my son's face all scratched up like that, I got a problem with that. And everybody know Bow Wow don't weigh nothing but $150.
$150.
$175 at the most.
And
you
again, people making fun of how and I hate how the internet is, because especially it was a bunch of rappers making videos. Oh, this nigga got beat down. Oh, he got scratched up. But if he would have knocked that bitch out, right. Okay. And the internet will be running around here talking about, oh, he did a Chris Brown and treated him just the same way Chris was. That was a different situation, though. They got memes going around. Say Chris Brown was protecting himself for Rihanna too. Rihanna is crazy. Now we know she crazy. Now, that's the tea. That's the tea. They got memes running around talking about there's two types of men out here: Chris Brown and Bow Wow. See, but they making jokes. Cold. They making jokes about it. But if she had black eyes and she looked all beat up on the internet, the internet would be going crazy right now. So turned. And and some celebrities are speaking out. Like the basketball player Nick Young, he called out the double standard in Bow Wow's battery arrest. He said that basically, if it was the other way around, we would be talking bad about Bow Wow. So this is what his tweet said. He says, "Not cool what happened to Bow Wow. Where's all that justice stuff when it's the other way around? He would have been done if he had hit her. Pretty much. It's the truth. If he would have hit her, the internet would be going crazy. But who's to say that he didn't hit her? I heard he did defend himself. I read about it that he did hit her or swing her, but they both was taken to jail. They both were, taken to jail and accused for assault or whatnot. So again, he could have hit her, but he came out looking worse. And so if you look at both of the mugshots, she looks like nothing really happened.
Nothing
He's the
didn't
one
happen to
that
her.
has all the scratch marks all over his face. And again, did he only try to protect himself, or you know what I mean? Again, I don't know.
And at the end
only
of the
two people
day,
were there.
if it was a woman celebrity that got arrested and she looked real beat up and bad, it
just like they did
people
that
wouldn't have
last
been
player.
putting memes out there disrespecting her, but the way they do in Bow Wow. So I feel like there is a double standard.
There is
Right.
a double
When it
standard.
comes to domestic violence.
Stony
And it's
Braxton-
a lot of men out there that getting their ass whooped too by their women. Like
They get beat
Stony.
down.
Stony Braxton.
She did answer though. She said, "My last dude cheated on me 2 days after my godfather, only paternal uncle, died." And she
Okay.
said she punched him a few times after catching him cheating, and the neighbors called the police. So that's that. But you said a former man beat her, like you didn't beat on a whole bunch of men, girl. Like you just walk around with the white beaters on them.
No,
The
and
man
I have
beaters.
a friend, Al. You know, y'all know my friend Al from the train. Al from the train said he has a friend whose wife beats on him. Bless you. His
Thank
wife, she beat on
Right
him.
now.
She pick up coat hangers and scratch him up and beat him with coat hangers and all kind of stuff.
She said it was the initial reaction to my pain. The rest of her comment says, "I didn't go after him with a knife. I didn't hit him." Wait, what does it say? Didn't hit him in the face with a lamp like he owned me. Oh, so she hit him in the face with a lamp? I didn't even know about that. Nor did I continuously hit him after the first few hits. It was an initial reaction to my pain. So, and Kiki says, this is you. Keep your hands to yourself because shit can turn deadly. No, that's true though. Shit can turn deadly. And that's why really I've never put my hands on a man. I don't think men should hit women, but if a woman hits you, I mean, I'm not condoning it, you know what I mean? But it's like, women, you got to not put yourselves in a situation to, what if a nigga pull a gun, or what if he choke you out? What if he just turn around and black out and choke your ass all the way out and kill you? Like, things like that can happen. And so
And they do happen.
they do happen. I mean, I watch enough Discovery TV now.
And I'm gonna tell you this.
IDTV.
And I have 3 daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I would not encourage them under any circumstance. And it's a blessing because none of them are really violent as little girls, as we know right now. None of them are really, they ain't really been exposed to people, hit people and nothing like that. But I wouldn't endorse them. I wouldn't tell my little girls, you know what, if he get out of line, you need to do this, or you need to whoop his ass, or
Anything like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would tell him, hey, listen, the best thing for you to do
should.
is not even count on him honoring the code of not hitting you. You need to just make sure you don't hit him and don't give him a reason to. You know what I'm saying? Don't
right.
even think, you know, and it's not even a man or woman thing at that point. It's just a people thing. Like, you want to respect people. You know what I'm saying?
Respect people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
If you don't want nobody to hit you,
Oh
you
my
don't
God.
hit them.
And I got some stats for you, Mr. E. It says 1 in 4 and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical abuse. So the stats are 1 in 4 women experience abuse by an intimate partner, and 1 in 9 men experience severe intimate partner physical abuse. Okay. And then it says 1 in 3 and 1 in 4 men have experienced some form of physical violence by an intimate partner. Okay. So
Right.
this is happening more to men than we all really think.
Realize.
really is.
And realize.
And you got to understand too, some men are embarrassed by it. So of course they're
Right.
not going to confide in their friends.
That's what I was
They're not
say.
going to
I was
report
say,
it.
That statistic probably not even true because there's a lot of men that just
Not
wouldn't report
reporting it. They're not
Wow.
reporting it. They're not telling their friends. They embarrassed to tell their homeboy, their partners, their closest friends that their wife is abusing them, or they girlfriend, whoever, or you know, again, maybe they feel like it makes them look like less of a man or a pussy or whatever the case might be. I have a dog over here that's driving me absolutely
I can't
nuts
stand
right
her
now.
dog.
She's growling. She want to be in my lap. She's just driving me nuts. She's driving me nuts. So
Yeah, no,
anyways.
I'm gonna choke her ass. There's gonna
She
be
gonna
some
get
dog
choked.
domestic
domestic
violence
violence going on right here. Oh my goodness.
So another stat, it says 1 in 4 and 1 in 1 in 7 men. What they say?
No, does Kiki say your cousin is getting his ass whooped by his girlfriend on a daily? That's sad though.
Wow. So 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have been victims of severe physical violence as beating, burning, or strangling by an intimate partner in their lifetime. 1 in 7 and 1 in 18 men have been stalked by an intimate partner during their lifetime.
Oh my God, I done been through that so much.
We done all been through that,
Stop.
but men
Oh,
get
man.
it too. Men get it just as bad as women do.
And then it
I
says
done seen
to
some
the
stories,
point
boy.
to the point in which they felt very fearful or believed that they or someone close to them would be harmed or killed.
Oh wow.
So,
So women are crazy. In other words, they're just as crazy as some of the men out there, and
Hell
they're putting their hands, again, like I was talking to my boss earlier. He was saying more you hear about it, you read about it. He has a friend. More and more men are getting abused by women, and not to say that it's it's better than women or whatever the case might be. It's the same. It's all the same, but pretty much it's equal, if not more.
And think
Nowadays,
right? Forgive me. And think about
because they didn't do this back in the day. I don't think women used to hit on men back in the day.
No, yes,
Hell
they
They
did.
no.
had more respect. No, women had more respect.
It
was a different era and different.
Well, you know what? What it was men didn't get into as much trouble back in the day either. So a lot of women was like, hell no.
Yeah, wasn't no Instagram, wasn't no Snapchat. And
I mean, not even that. Like, it was a good chance. It was a good chance back way back in the day. It was a good chance you called the police on your dude. It's gonna be a man police that walk up, and in a lot of cases back in the day, they say, hey, y'all just figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Or some of the women wasn't calling police. Whereas now, I think that men have more to lose, and then not only do men have more to lose, but it's more of a likelihood that woman know that. So they're gonna be like, shoot, they ain't thinking about going to jail, because in a lot of cases, either the man is not calling the police or the woman is not going to go to jail.
I'm glad that both of them went to jail. I'll say that. And my son, and I'm not trying to put him in his child's mother's business out there, but they had got into something, and they could have both went to jail. He explained to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cops were like, I'm taking both y'all asses to jail.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So luckily, neither one of them went to jail. But unfortunately, my son said he just got out of the relationship because when it started to get physical, that means it's time for me to go. And I think Bow Wow.
I'm surprised a lot of men don't leave when a
I'm
woman
surprised
shows
Bow Wow didn't get out. And he sounds like, and it looks and appears like he got out of the relationship and they broke up. She moved on, went to Young M.A., got her a Bulldagger, another rapper, and she moved on, and somehow ended up, maybe they needed closure. Maybe they thought that they could just work it out. Maybe she needed to confront him, or vice versa. Whatever the kid's situation was, they have such a toxic relationship. Sometimes certain people just ain't meant to be with each other. I think both of them have father issues. I think he got father issues. When you look at her on the show, she got father issues. He got daddy issues. He don't know how to treat a woman, and I don't think she know how to treat a man.
It goes all back to this question, and I do want the viewers that are watching and listening right now to answer. It goes back to domestic violence against men. Do you guys think it's okay for a man to hit a woman back if he's defend himself, hit a woman back if she's attacking him? Now, we're not talking restraining and holding wrists, but say a guy is being we just heard plenty of guys being scratched, punched, friend getting beat up, kicked. Or Kiki just mentioned her friend getting beat up, cousin getting beat up by his girlfriend daily. Now, what happens when he swings back? Is it okay for? Again, I want to hear what the people think too. What up, Houdini P, Jakey Joe? What do y'all think?
Y'all let us know.
Tony, what did she say? Please read my whole story. I learned a lesson from that. My self-love was low. You should never beat someone into treating you better. If they don't know, leave.
That's
and again,
true.
We don't
That's
understand
true.
how women can't leave, but sometimes, like Bow Wow never left this girl. This probably wasn't the first time that she just smacked him. They didn't
broke
fought.
up a couple times.
Right. So again, just like they say, why don't women ever leave when they're being abused by a man? Why don't men ever
But
leave?
Stoney said, you know, you can't beat somebody into learning how to treat you.
She probably had more up there too.
And let
We
me
just
tell you
can't
something.
get up.
Yeah, like let's read.
Let me tell you something.
Let's see everything.
Black men really do have it hard
Oh.
because we can get into
Ah,
a
Mr.
physical.
E, you
No,
ain't
hold
gonna
on,
come
let me
out
finish.
here with all of
Can
that,
I
Mr. E.
finish? Can I
Okay.
finish? You
Okay.
you always want to jump the gun on my
Ah, okay.
shit.
All right.
Okay. Black men have it bad because we can get into a domestic situation with our significant other, leave the house, and before you know it, the police is rolling up because somebody didn't call the police. We innocent, we trying to leave, and now we in a different circumstance. So sometimes it makes sense for us to stay. Sometimes it makes more sense for us to stay than leave. It just depends on the situation. Like it really do be hard. And I know you're saying, but that's
I
the
mean,
reality of
the reality is that as a man, you're at a disadvantage already. There's a domestic violence call to the house, and it's a man and a woman. The woman made the phone call. My son actually made a call. You know what I mean? And these days, you got to be more strategic, you know, because there are circumstances, and I've heard of circumstances with women that say, you know, I'll do something to myself so that I can call the police.
Hit themselves, punch themselves.
You know,
I've been there.
Well, tell us about that. No. Tell us about that, Mr.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you this. I have one story I want to share. It's a true story. It's between me and my baby mama. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, she used to, I'm not afraid to admit, like she used to piece off on me. And I would dodge, and sometimes I'd grab her and so on and so forth and bear hug her or something.
Didn't you tell me, you hit her rack with her own hands one day?
Damn, I didn't get to tell my own story.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that one now.
Go ahead. You might burr her. Go ahead.
But the bottom line was, one day I got tired of it, and like she said, I took her hands, and I hit her with her own hands.
You were strong enough, though. You got to be hella strong to take somebody's own hands and hit that.
No, I wasn't strong. I was sick of it. And so I took her hands and I hit her with her own hands. I said, see, this is how I feel to get hit with the hands. But after that, she didn't do it no more. You know what,
Mr. E, you're such a nice, like, easygoing type of gentleman type of dude.
How do you handle yourself in a high-tense situation like that? I can't even see him with a turn up.
Yeah,
with a real turn up. Pulling knives and shit.
I slapped the shit out of him.
You lying. You lying, nigga. You ain't gonna do nothing.
But I just can't even see somebody, you and your wife or significant other even getting into like a bad altercation and everything.
Well, let me tell you something. What it really taught me is, because now my wife is a totally different person, and I don't foresee us ever having anything physical. But what it did is it made me prioritize, and like, I don't even want to be with that type of woman. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't even be with that type of woman.
It's always the type of woman, too, that you know that got a little temper, a little feistiness in her, a little extra. How do men find, I mean, again, how do you determine if a woman crazy or not? Or you know what I mean?
Well, let me tell you something. One thing about it, the same way with a man, if I feel threatened with a woman, then I'm going to defend myself. Yeah, if I feel threatened with a woman, then I'm going to defend myself, because self-preservation is the first rule. So I can't speak for everybody else, but
then the question,
you gonna hit her back.
I'm gonna defend myself.
If you feel like a knife is coming or something like that,
everything. Anything like that.
So he said everything.
I believe Mr. E answered the question. Then is it okay for men to defend themselves against violent women?
I mean, you have to, because being in jail is better than being dead or being seriously hurt.
Because people don't understand. I remember. And
women nowadays, they killing. They not just.
And men, you hear more cases on the news, and shout out to Women Called Moses, Deborah Nixon Bowles, one of my good friends, dear friends, my spiritual mother. She has a nonprofit organization out there.
Very proud.
For domestic violence. So if you're a man or a woman and you're facing issues of domestic violence, and you need someplace to go, emergency situation, don't hesitate to go online, womencalledmoses.org, give to her organization.
Didn't Chrissy V have something like that too?
Yeah, we went to Chrissy V.
She was on our show.
Yeah, Chrissy, we talked about this before, but we talking about a vice. We reversing it because there is a domestic violence
double standard for
And-
men
So-
and women.
So let me ask y'all, two women, let me ask y'all, is it okay? Do you think that it's okay for men to defend themselves when it comes to a woman being violent? Do y'all think
I
it's okay?
personally don't think a man should be putting his hands on nobody. I think that even if she's beating his ass like you did, taking her hands and hitting her with her own hands, that's
But what
better
if
than
you
you
don't
putting
have-
your own fist. Your own fist, because men are a lot stronger.
You
It depends
said
on
that,
the
Mr.
man.
E.
Some men are a lot stronger, and all it takes is one blow, and one punch could really knock, somebody. And that's the same thing for men too. But women are not as strong as men. Their punches don't feel. Them punches are hard. I get that, but they're not as strong as a man's punch. She can strangle you, but she can't kill you by strangling you like a man could kill you by strangling, just the strength wise. So I feel like personally, men should not hit back. They should
That's
try
what I
to
was gonna say.
restrain the woman and do whatever
Right.
they can because they are much stronger. But I also think in the same token,
Call the police on her ass.
call the police. But you know what? It depends on how bad the shit is. It depends on, okay, like you said, if you feel threatened. Now, if she slap you, that's different. But if she run around here pulling out knives and she throwing shit, it's, you know what I mean? All right. You could always leave the house, too. You could always leave and get away like a lot of men do.
No,
To
not
avoid
necessarily.
confrontation and shit. They leave, cool off, let her cool off, call the police, call family, call somebody to try to be a what do you call it?
A
Mediator, negotiator, whatever the fuck you want to call them. But excuse my language. But, I don't think that the man should hit the woman back. Even if you end up looking like
at the end
Bow
of the
Wow.
day, let's be real.
It's sad.
Like at the end of the day, even when me and you had that fight in the studio, yeah, I'm your older sister, but you said some things to hurt me, and it gut punched me, and I lost control. And there are times where people lose control. I could have lost my job.
Old. And
No,
this
she
gut
said-
punch- that
She
was a
said,
gut punch.
no, you said you said my husband left me, my son left me,
Oh,
Cheryl
Lord.
left me. You girl, and so I had a
Lord.
so people might not know I had a girl that was my friend that I was supposed to be doing radio with before me and my sister teamed up to do radio. And I was coming out of the divorce. My son just was going to he left high school going to college. And
I
I'm
don't
going
even
through
remember
things.
saying all this
And she
shit.
said those things. And sometimes people can say things and you lose control. So let's just be honest. And let's just keep it real here. Sometimes people lose control. And sometimes hitting somebody back is a reflex of being hit. So I've been in a position where if you hit me, I'm a reflex. It's a reflex. You feel me? And you can't control it. At that point, everybody going to jail. Because if you hit me, I'm going to fight you back. I don't.
So my
woman,
question. But my
Oh,
question
shit.
is,
I done
you're-
missed
whatever
hella
sense of
questions.
respect-
Oh, shit. I done missed all the comments.
Men, women. I don't care who you
Well,
are.
that's what
If
I'm
you
saying.
hit
What about
me,
a man though? What about a man though? How do you?
I've been in Cloud Records
some
nightclubs
baby
before
powder.
and had to get into it with men because a man put his hands on me or something like that, and now me and him scrapping. Luckily, the
Oh, Lord,
security,
auntie.
luckily security came and didn't let him beat me up. But hell,
Stop is not worse than
I
a punch.
fought back. I'm gonna fight back, man.
No,
We
woman,
have
but
been
that's not-
handled
that's
by
not the-
men, though.
that's
like
not-
security
I said,
and
man,
police and
woman, a
everything.
child. I'm fighting back.
No,
It's a reaction.
but I'm asking, do you think men? Because it's still different. Do you think
What about
men?
petite niggas?
I'm putting myself in a man's
That's-
position. So I'm saying if I'm hit
Okay.
as a man, I know me as a type of person as a woman. If you a man and you born May 16th and you a Taurus, that's like you just showed me red and I'm gonna charge you. I'm a bull and I'm fighting. So there are some people out there I go from 0 to 100
Real quick.
real quick. So it's no.
Because she didn't
in-between
mention
for
all the
me.
hateful and hurtful shit she said,
I'm just
but
saying, there's
I'm
some
more of
people-
a relaxed person.
Yeah.
I think before I act.
No, but you
I-
say things that just hurt people like a
Oh
knife.
my goodness! Just like you say some things that hurt people like a
Okay.
knife.
Okay,
but we ain't
okay,
gonna
wait a
go
minute.
into this
'Cause I
right
wanna-
now.
I was-
Because
I
this
wanna-
shit was
let's
like
stay
so
on-
like
let's
10
stay on
years
track.
ago. and obviously
Yeah,
she's still hurt by it.
No,
so
I'm
I'm
not.
sorry
I'm
for
over
telling
it.
you that your husband left you and the bitch left you, that raggedy ass bitch, and your son left you. Yeah, because I still don't like that raggedy ass bitch. But anyways, I'm sorry for
Cheryl,
telling you all
I'm-
that stuff 8 years ago, 10 years
Cheryl,
ago, maybe 11 years ago, bitch. I'm sorry I said
Cheryl,
it. Let's move forward.
You didn't hear that.
And we
Cheryl.
haven't had a fight actually since then. Although our mother had passed, and again, my mom never wanted us to fight.
I'm putting myself in
So-
a position where things got violent.
Right.
I just had to put myself back.
But you
in
gonna
there.
bring
People
she
say
put
shit
herself back to
get
that.
hurt. People say things that hurt, and people do things and like put their hands on you first, and it may put you in a position where you might lose control.
Right,
And that's just
right,
I'm saying. Sometimes men, women, y'all have
But
to
some
understand.
people don't have
Ebony,
control.
let me just finish this. Some people don't have control. I'm telling you this. And women,
Some
take
people don't have
notes.
control.
If you put your hands on a man, he may be just like me, and he may be one of them type of people that have a reflex problem.
Okay, Kiki said words hurt.
Well, I'll tell you this. If a woman come to me, I don't have no
Lord
indication
have
that she
mercy.
finna hit me, and then all of a sudden she just pop and just. I'm gonna have a reflex.
You
But
gonna have
you
a
gonna-
reflex.
some men
I'm gonna
have
have a. I'm gonna have a reflex because at that moment, I don't have no recollection of what's going on, and I feel threatened. You know what I'm saying? I don't know I don't know how it happened.
I said I don't have no recollection. So that hit was that hard, nigga. You ain't got no
You know what I'm saying?
recollection.
I'm
What's going on?
I'm finna walk right through her ass. But the thing about it is, but the thing about it is, like, I try not to put myself in them positions, and I can say
You
that
don't. You gotta walk away. People
I've
have to
never
walk
hit-
away.
Yeah, I've never. Well, there's situations where a man and a woman can be that man can't walk away. Like, what if you were driving
Miss
down the
E,
freeway?
say what you said. You was about to say you never hit a woman.
Yeah, I've never hit a woman. I've never hit a woman. Not like this.
Good for
like
you.
I never hit a woman. I didn't
You done
slap
choked
a
her
woman
out
booty
though.
during
You done
sex or
slapped.
something.
You know,
done
ain't
choked
nobody
her
asked
out.
about all that.
He
I'm
gonna
just
black
saying.
out.
Not domestic
But
violence, you do all
but I've never took my fist and hit a woman. Now this is what I was gonna say. You could be in a car with your man and lose control and hit your man. Is he not supposed to defend himself? He can't get out the car. You see what I'm saying? It's so many variables. I started the show off by saying there's so many variables that can play a part. What if he's only 120 pounds? And you're
Right. Somebody else said
275
that though.
pounds?
What if he's lightweight?
You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so many variables. My thing is, no matter what the police say or anything say, like, every person has a right to defend themselves.
Every person. You're absolutely right.
And-
But I still think a lot of men, it depends on the situation,
They have to
how
have
strong
more
the men are.
self-control
They
than
have to have,
women.
I think they do. And they can
Nah,
walk away.
hell nah.
They can talk, again, just like you grabbed old girl's hands and hit her. That's a good way. Hit her with her own hands or choke her with her wrist. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things you can do to stop a fight besides hitting the woman back. Fine. Again, sometimes men don't even understand why these women are lashing out. Why are they lashing out? Because niggas be cheating or
But you can't even use that as
you
an
can't
excuse.
even use it as an
Yeah,
excuse, but still,
can't use
like
that as
you
an
said,
excuse.
words hurt. And
If you
old girl
can't-
said also
But
earlier,
if
she
you can't-
mentioned
If
that
you
her
don't want to
husband.
be hit, then you got to make sure that with your hurt, you channel your hurt the right way. You got to make sure you don't hit nobody. That's the bottom line. Because let me tell you this. The thing about it is, if if Trinity come to me and she say a man hit her, but she hit that man first, I'm going to say, well, baby, I don't know what to tell you. That's what I'm going to say. If she come to me,
You ain't gonna go whoop this nigga
But if
ass.
he go beat her, if
And
he
then
beat
you gonna
her
go whoop his
down,
ass,
though.
right?
I
You
can
gonna
You know,
look.
it's a certain point of restraint, though. A man ain't got to beat a woman down
No,
like
that's
a dog.
not what
Like
I'm
a
talking
dog.
about.
A lot of men
No,
out
no,
there
no,
that
listen.
beat women
I'm talking
down
about
like dogs.
No, I'm talking about one lick.
Like
for
y'all
one
seen
lick.
that one bodybuilder dude that dragged that girl down them stairs in that alleyway
No,
or
that's
whatever
not
that
what I'm
was?
referring to.
We not
That's not what
referring
I'm
to that,
referring
but
to.
that was
I'm
abuse
saying-
though for sure.
I'm saying
And she went back to that
if
nigga.
Trinity hit her boyfriend,
And
the
then he
boyfriend
beat her
hit
down
back,
then he beat her down like a dog.
What if he
like a man?
No, can I make my own example? Because that's different. What I'm saying is, if Trinity hit her boyfriend, bow, and then that boyfriend pushed her or hit her or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna say, I don't know what to tell. I'm not finna, man, because the thing about it is that man got a right to defend himself, and Trinity know not to hit nobody.
I'm gonna tell you.
Now, if he
that's
dragged
the
her
same
out though or something, that's
Alright.
totally different. Now,
Now,
abuse
let me-
is abuse. But again, defense is defense. But now, what if the
Defense
dude
is
blacks out totally?
Now,
and,
here's the real
and drags
question.
her and
The
beats
real
her
question.
and break her ribs and stuff.
Right,
Because
but
again, it happens.
But that's
Do
a
we
given.
have to
So I
teach-
wouldn't go into that.
Do
'Cause
we
that's a
have to
given.
teach our children, our
Right.
men, our young boys? Do we have to? We should start, kind of implementing and talking to them about domestic violence and about how to deal with relationships that can get toxic and people that could be abusive, and that you don't have to tolerate that type of abuse, because even with the whole R. Kelly stuff, I hate to bring up R. Kelly, but a lot of the stuff, not only is he manipulating and using mind control over these girls, I mean, even with like Kitty, y'all know, if y'all talk about a bitch I can't stand, it's Kitty Jones, okay? I can't stand that girl. But at the end of the day, she talked about how, as soon as she jumped in the car, R. Kelly started beating her because she confronted him about the video, said she seen the video of him at the girl, but, whatever. That's neither here nor there. But a part of R. Kelly's mind control and his whole control thing is abuse. If you step out of line, I'm going to beat your ass type of thing. And he got them girls so far in check, allegedly. And so at the end of the day, some men use abuse, or people use abuse as control.
They do.
Over men or women, over your loved one.
Possession, all that
But
good
I
stuff.
just want to make this point, because we winding down our time here. I want to make this point. This is what a cop told me. Because I used to be a very violent person, y'all. I'm be honest with you. To make a long story short, my brother was very abusive to me and my sister. Mm-hmm. We love him. Shout out to our big brother Lamont. Mm-hmm. But that nigga crazy. And he's still crazy.
He's still crazy.
Okay? But
we both experienced.
I mean, we loved him, but he was very abusive.
He was a gangbanger. He was a thug. He
was just abusive.
He was and again, that's why we so strong the way we are.
One time he took the wheel. We was fighting in a car because he was, I couldn't find out where the location we supposed to be going. And I remember me and him started fighting. I had to pull over off the street. We just started pop, 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 pop in the front seat of the car, right? And I remember it got real, real bad. We somehow decided we gonna stop fighting. He bit me, and then I just remember, he
do this now though. He still do this to his current whoever he's dating and girlfriends.
Just the type of dude, man. Honestly, he lost his legs and got shot and paralyzed over domestic violence. Cops came to the house. He beat the cops' ass. They, what I'm saying, and they end up shooting him in his back because he was running away, and he got paralyzed. So he was but he came from a very abusive father, growing upbringing and stuff as well. So what happens when some people were born into those type of households?
How they were raised.
That's how they was raised. Abusive.
That's
how
what they witnessed.
Raised.
That's what
what I'm saying?
They had to witness on a daily basis. That's how they live. That's all they know. So you have to be careful who you get with, because those issues can manifest into you just said that twice, Kiki. Shit can turn deadly. She just said it twice. Deadly.
I have a cousin who was killed by her lover.
Sure did.
R.I.P. So things can get deadly. But I just want to say this to kind of piggyback what Kiki said. I definitely was like, I'm a take no shit type of person because of what I've been through. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? My brother, I'm like, I finally had to stand up to him. So at the end of the day, one time there was an incident with an older lady, and I'm not proud of this, but at the end of the day, this lady tried to run me and my friend over in her car at the Valley View Mall. Okay? She acted like she was going to hit us. Lord. We went looking for that bitch. We found her across the street.
She was
at the Valley View Mall. She was inside a store. Her fat ass was in the Catherine's plus size. We walked up in there. And we was like, who got that Jeep outside? Okay. She came out talking hella shit. She spit on me. And bro, I lost it.
I would have lost it.
I grabbed her in the back of her head. We talking about an older lady. I grabbed her on the back of her
Broke
head.
Broke her wrist and everything. She went straight down to the ground.
Broke her wrist. And this cop.
Oh, you crazy.
When the cop came up, Yeah, I'm crazy. When the cop came up, he said something that was very profound, and it
Very.
changed my
It changed
whole
your life, though. And
outlook.
you calmed your ass down
I
since.
ain't probably ever touched nobody ever
I don't think
again.
you did.
I ain't fought nobody ever since this cop said
But
this.
if that lady would have died,
Well,
Dolly
she-
would have been going to jail for
He
murder.
said if she would have instead
Heart attack or something.
She
Say
would've
she was so old and she
she
would have.
hit that ground and had a heart attack, I'd be taking your ass to jail right now for murder.
Straight the fuck up.
You get what I'm saying? And I let the white girl, my white friend, everybody got to keep your white friend with you.
Keep
you
a
know
good
what I'm
white
saying?
friend,
Keep
boy.
it good. I let
What
her
Amy
do the
say?
talking.
Let Amy,
And
what
got
Amy
myself
say?
right out of that because it was Memorial Day weekend. The girl would have been in there for 3 days, no bond.
Kiki said, what he say? Kiki, he said, if that lady would have had a heart attack, fell on that ground, and died, he would have took D to jail for murder.
It'd be a different case
A
right
different
now.
case.
So you have to
Because
be
they went
careful.
looking for her, though. But all because of anger and rage. Like, sometimes you have to let shit
You gotta
go.
let shit go.
You can't.
Thank you.
Everything does not deserve a reaction, including, I'm not saying like women getting beat by men. Like, it's because that's different. Somebody got to leave. I don't understand why motherfuckers don't ever leave. I really don't understand why people stay in relationships where you're being abused verbally, physically. It don't matter. There's so many different forms of abuse, and I just don't understand why people don't leave and just stay and accept the fucking abuse.
But to be honest with you, I have a little compassion.
It's okay to walk
because
away.
It's a lot of different situations that don't make it easy for people to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Like, even
what if you got an ain't shit baby mama, and you know the moment you leave the house that your baby might not make it through the night. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of little situations.
Every situation is different.
Now,
every
but
situation.
It's okay to walk away. It is okay to walk away.
Walk away. Yeah, it is okay to walk away. I agree with that. And sometimes what y'all said,
the cool off. Everybody needs the cool down.
Yeah, and sometimes as a man, you do got to go ahead and call the police. I agree with that. You know,
men need to call the police. I think didn't nephew
protect,
call the police now? I think he called the police on her.
My son was trying to protect his
he's in security though. He's in he already dealing with he don't need no shenanigans.
I hated that happened to them.
I know.
I hated that happened to them because they were a good young couple, and I still love my son's, my grandchild's mother very much. And I hate that they broke up, but my son says, it just was the best for me because I don't need nobody putting me in a position where I could go to jail.
Right. And let me tell you this, God got a sense of humor. So you have all these women that say, don't ever hit a woman, don't ever hit a woman, don't ever hit a woman. All the way till you get a son, and then this other girl is beating on your son, and then the principle kind of changed a little bit. You see,
I still would tell him, no, walk the fuck away. I still would tell my nephew, leave.
But
and what did he do? Walk away. That's what he did. You leave that shit. If the shit continues, you leave. Nobody deserves to get beat on, hit on, verbally abused, anything like that.
So how do we know that Bow Wow didn't walk away?
He probably was on his way walking away, and that bitch wouldn't let him. You know what I mean?
He looked really bad. Bro, when you see the pictures of him, she don't have a scratch on her.
She lost it.
He tried to walk away.
I wouldn't be proud of this shit. I would not be proud of. She probably running around thinking she's proud of this shit. I would not be proud of no bullshit like this.
She's saying that he was the instigator. I've seen reports. She's
of
trying
course
to
they both facing charges, so they gonna say a whole bunch of shit.
It looks like that picture looks like he could have whooped her ass, and he tried his best not to.
That's exactly what it looks like. It didn't look like he got his ass whipped to me. It looked like he let her do what she needed to do, and he tried to restrain her as much, but she looked like she probably got the motherfucking love of hip hop nails, them long ass Cardi B ass nails, and scratched his shit. But again, who's to say he didn't swing back or hit her? He probably did. We don't know. He was not there.
We don't know. We weren't there.
Or if he provoked her.
Somebody else just said on here earlier that she hit him with a lap or something like that too. So I'm like,
we don't know.
You can hit somebody the wrong place in their head,
and
you can cut
coma,
them on the wrong
concussion, death. Instant death. Like she said, shit can turn deadly real quick. People don't understand our domes are only so strong. So even punches, people think that women can take punches. That's why I say, man, be careful because y'all are a lot stronger than women. Yeah, we are strong. We do throw strong punches, but y'all can hit some of y'all. Now, we're not talking about under $150, but some of y'all, one punch could light somebody's lights out.
Lights out.
Lights out forever. You know what I mean? It depends on where you hitting, how hard you hitting. So you got to be very careful. Shit can turn deadly real quick. So we wrapping up. It's already 8:57, guys.
But yeah, we got on a little bit late. So
we
Mr.
did.
Let's just, kind of sum up everything, man. I don't know if you got some advice or,
walk away. That's my advice.
Well, I didn't ask you.
Exactly. Walk away.
I don't know if you got a people want to know or anything like that, Mr. E, but we just gonna turn it over to you. You don't got a people want to know? Not tonight. If you got any sex tips tonight?
Girl, I ain't got no sex.
You ain't got no sex tips.
I ain't been on no sex. Man, let me tell you, the between work tonight and we barely made it, so I didn't have time. And had sex. Don't forget the knit and grettin. The knit and grettin is on there, ladies. I'm telling you, so get you one. It's under $20. I think it's, what is it, $15? Hashtagsonline.com.
So proud of you, sis.
Okay, I'm with the shits. The hats is on there.
Yeah. Show some people out there.
We always showing hats every weekend, man. I hope I don't knock the damn camera down. We got the I'm with the shit. I just showed the one love today too, custom. So I got to do some more. They got the little bubbles and shit in the back, but this is the God answers all prayers. Can you see that way up close?
Yeah,
exactly. So I got to make some more. I'm trying to make time to do this shit. Time for work. Time for Love and War Talk Live.
So before we, wrap up, tell everybody how to reach us and all that kind of stuff. Mr. E, do you have some words of advice and encouragement out there for men who possibly are victims of domestic violence?
Yeah. One thing I say is, if you pay attention, in most cases, this is my belief. In most cases, if you pay attention, then you'll kind of see the signs that a situation is about to take a turn for the worse. Mm-hmm. And when you see that a situation is about to take a turn for the worse, instead of sitting there entertaining it, feeding into your ego, feeding into your anger, feeding into your rage, like she said, it is better to walk away. Now, sometimes you can't walk away. If you cannot walk
that
away,
reflex kick in.
If you're in a situation where you cannot walk away, the better thing to do is not say anything. If it's getting to that point and you're not in the position to control your environment where you can walk away or you have the liberty to just get out of that room, sometimes it's better to say, you know what? I'm done with this conversation. We'll pick it up later. I'm good for that.
You guys have to do that. Guys need to do that. Even women. Everybody needs to do that. Really.
And I will say
nobody need to be putting hands on nobody.
So, and this is what I was going to say. For years and years and years, women been saying we want equal rights, okay? Mm-hmm. I said that to say this. Let's be equal in this situation. Don't hit anybody. Mm-hmm. If you don't hit anybody, in most cases, you don't have to worry about them hitting you. Now, if you're in a situation, in an abusive situation, then you need to get out of there ASAP.
Everybody does.
Because that person is not reasonable,
and that person is actually probably angry with life.
They probably have a sickness,
and they're using you for their therapy and their punching bag. And a lot of people, they have a sickness. They might be,
or they just grew up in an
abusive environment.
There's a million different reasons. But you know what?
Drugs, alcohol. We talked about that too. Because I have one who was on drugs.
Right. But what I've learned is that you can't control other people, but you can control you.
Amen.
So despite what their reason is for losing control, as long as you can have control over you, then you'll be in a good position, because that person may go to jail, but you still have to preserve you. You still have to look out for you. So the best thing to do is not hit anybody and try not to put yourself in that position.
Definitely not.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your co-host right there, the man of the show, Mr. E. Mr. E. Diddy is how you can reach him. All right. Let everybody know out there, how they can contact you too, Mr. E.
You can contact me. You can contact me on my Instagram, Mr. E. Diddy, MISTA Diddy, like P. Diddy. Hit me on the DM. You can also reach me at loveandwartalk@gmail.com, along with my beautiful co-host.
Make sure y'all send us some topics too to that Love and War. loveandwartalk@gmail.com. That's where you can send the topics if y'all have something y'all want us to talk about, relationship wise, marriage wise, sexual differences,
single advice.
everything advice. Just Make sure
Whatever
you
you
email
need.
those topics there. Mr. E, the preacher, he be speaking facts. That's what does Kiki said.
Thank you, Kiki.
Oh, okay. Oh, you can see them comments. I forget. See,
Alright.
it's
I
something
can
going
now.
on with
Yeah, I
you.
can see the comments
It's
now.
something going on with you, dog.
Nah, it's
There we
Instagram.
go.
It's
There we go.
Instagram. Right, Miss E? It's Instagram.
Instagram was tripping tonight.
I
It
don't have
wasn't
nothing to do with it. All I do
And,
is log
and
on.
make sure y'all follow our Instagram page, like Ebony said,
Yes.
Love and War Talk. Follow us on YouTube,
Yes.
our YouTube channel. Just go on YouTube and just search for Love and War Radio. All right, I'm your girl Delight, and you can also reach me at On Air Divas on Instagram. My website is keyithecity.com. All right, keytothecity.com. And Ebony,
What?
tell everybody about how they can reach you and get them a hat.
We just did.
Give me a hat.
One more time,
But
one
Ebony
more time.
Mose, right? Because you guys are on my live, but some of y'all on Mr. E's live too. So Ebony Mose, make sure you follow Hat Stacks Online, and make sure you check out hatstacksonline.com for all kinds of hats and accessories for men, women, kids, pets, everybody. Custom hats, fedoras, summer hats, winter hats, Easter hats, Christmas hats. We got hats on hats.
Hats on stacks.
I couldn't even get it out. Hats on hats.
That's right.
Man.
That's right. All right, and our website's coming soon. We halfway
Oh
done.
yeah, we're working on that too.
Love
So many
and
things
War.
going on.
Yeah, loveandwartalk.com coming real soon.
Okay, along with the Love and War headline.
Yeah.
Single
That's
as
gonna be
fuck.
cool.
And you got a new
Single as fuck
location.
Hex coming soon.
You got a new location, a little setup behind you. I like that. Are you in the office or something?
With the chocolate wall.
No, I'm in the media room.
Oh, okay.
Media room.
Oh, that's that chair, nigga. You
Oh.
almost blending
He
in
got
with
a
your
media
chair
room,
looking like a
y'all.
Hershey bar.
He grown. You doing big things out there. Check.
You heard me? I said he was blending in with his chair.
Chocolate.
I heard it.
Oh, chocolate on chocolate
Can we-
on chocolate.
Can we just go ahead and stow the last 5 minutes? Or
Scope?
bag what y'all
Nah,
call it, Cali bag? Can we bag the last 5 minutes?
No.
What
The
do you
song
mean
just
bagging?
went off. We
The
out.
song went out.
Love y'all.
Love y'all. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank
we
you for
out.
watching.
And